Welcome to the tutorial about editing your website content. This is Amanda Wickett with Complete Web Solutions, and today we're going to be using our demo site to go over some very important things. Your content is everything on your site, and the way you put your content in also allows or disallows the search engines to crawl your website and better understand how your pages are set up and what your site's about. Something that I see a lot of people do is, and they don't, it's not because it's a wrong thing, but you have to understand what you're doing is not a document like a Word document or an email. When you're putting content on your website, you're actually typing what you perceive as content, but what you're putting in the website is creating the HTML to make that content turn into code. So I'm grabbing one just to show you. I have a couple already set up. I want to show you some differences here. So any product on your page, right, no matter how you get there, whether you go to content or you go to your display, we're going to work with this, and as long as you've pulled it up and you're in admin, and you'd know you're in admin because you see these bars at the top, you're going to go ahead and be able to edit this. So editing and creating, same situation. We're still dealing with the same editing box or blocks that you are going to be having. So on this one, I'm actually going to go away from it for a second because I set two separate ones up on another page. On both of them, I went over to Truxedo, a Truxedo page on AutoAnything. And what I see a lot of clients do is they will go over and they will copy off of entire page off of someone else's website to get the content. And I want to show you something that I did. So you could go over here and you copy it and you go, okay, I'm going to go put it on my website. This is one that was put on a website that was copy and pasted from that Truxedo. All right, and when you copy and pasted it, you actually picked up their links that's on their pages. If you had copied images as well, you would have picked up those as well. That's not good because you are actually hosting images that are on someone else's site. So if they change their content page, that image isn't hosted on your site and it will show up as a little block with a little X in it. So on this page, I actually used the same situation, but I used it with Programmer's Notepad. Now, we do have a paste from Word in your editing file, and yes, I use that sometimes, but Word still is going to let you bring over links. So all you would have to do, and you don't have to do this, just make sure that you're aware there's links on your page and you don't want them linking to a competitor's product pages, and it might be confusing for your customer. I use Programmer's Notepad, and if I'm scraping content off of a site, I will take the same way. I'm going to copy and paste off their page, but then I'm going to paste it into Programmer's Notepad. And what Programmer's Notepad does is strip everything. It strips all color code that you might have picked up, formatting code that you might have picked up, things that they've hard coded into their code on their website. So I do this, and then I select all, and I copy it, and I go put it back onto the website, which is like this. So two things I want to show you. This one, which we stripped code out of. So again, this is really HTML. You're seeing it like it's not, but the website has put all this code in there for you. It has done everything for you so that it renders correctly on a website. This is clean, right? This is what I want. This has there's no extraneous code in here. This one, which we just copied and pasted straight in from Word, you've picked up, if you could see on the other one, we didn't have this bar. you've picked up a lot of their code. So you picked up different links, of course, and you've picked up different top product details, content tabs. You've picked up a lot of junk code when you did this, and the search engines are going to be reading that. We don't want that to happen. We want the search engines to be able to crawl your site and have really clean code and not have them picking up someone else's website code on your site. So I'm not going to do, well, I guess I'll go ahead and save this and show you here something. Alright, so I have saved both of them. This one that I saved is where you picked up and copied off Truxedo's website and you picked up their link. Now if you'll look in the lower left hand corner, when I mouse over that, you're linking your products to AutoAnything's page because you picked it up off their website. This does not look real well, does it? AutoAnything has a white background, so you picked up some color coding from theirs, and this is an ugly display for your website. The other one that I used, that I did and stripped out all the code on Programmer's Notepad, this one, when I saved it, now that looks like your website because it didn't pick up any of their code. It didn't take their links over. Again, I know people get in a hurry and they're like, I'm just going to throw that in there. It looks better. This is your website. This is your business. It needs to be able to be read by your customers and the search engines. So be very careful when you're scraping content off of someone else's website. And if you're doing something in Word, that's fine. But always use the paste from Word when you go in there to avoid all that back HTML. All right. All right, so we were talking earlier about SEO, and I wanted to bring something up to you on this. So let's say that on this particular one we had optimized it. The next thing you want to make sure of is, and I left off at just the first sentence on the SEO portion of it, that I was adamant that that become a meta description. The search engines are looking for relevance on the page. So although you don't want to continue to do the same keyword over and over again, something like this here that starts out with features instead of the description, it should be in the opposite direction. Alright, so if we were going to be editing this and I was going to be optimizing, that first thing that says features, that's not enough to get their attention. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control C. I'm going to move this around here and delete that. I'm going to delete this because again we took this off a Truxedo site. Their site is set up different. I'm going to make sure this goes down here. And because I just copied it, I did Control C on my own screen. I'm going to do Control V. I might make it look nice for my customers. I'm going to bold that. And then in here, I'm going to put some bullet points there. When you're creating the content on your site, look at it like a customer would, like a visitor would, and try not to give them just a whole block of words. They won't read it, and your sales might go down a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the junk that I had grabbed from that and their notes, since that was their site. It's already got the products that this one that this display has covered in here, and that's under the products that are for the displays. I'm not going to go into that right now. This will be wrong, of course, because it's not the same product, but we're using this for a demo, so that's okay. If I had a YouTube video, I'd drop it in right there. And let's see, yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and save it. Alright, so let's pretend that you and I just optimized this. We rewrote everything. We went in. Does it look okay? We might have pulled some of these back out of here and tightened it up. And now we want to go to the bottom. On any of your pages that are our clients, you have a share button. Why is that important? This one we made a little custom police car. This is on your site for a reason. Use it. Links back to your website are important. The search engines use them to determine if you have good content or not. Now, this is a huge and slippery area for SEO. What has happened over the years is that SEO companies and black hat SEOs, meaning they're doing things that are shady, they discovered how important links coming back to your website are, and so they created website link farms, and they use some programs. Well, you know, when you get on your current website, if you get people trying to create accounts, or if you have a forum, you know what I'm talking about, because you get 700 people a day trying to sign up, and they're not people, they're just bots going out trying to find sites where they can make a comment and say, hey, I like your page, here, go buy shoes from me here. So what happened last year in 2013 or 2014, because we're in 2015 now, Google got pissed, it looks like, and said, you know what, I'm done. All of you guys with link farms in the sandbox. People went crazy. They were disavowing links all over the place, and so Google's tired of that. They're saying, look, guys, we're not your enemy. We want to bring your page up on the front of our search results. But to do that, we want your content to be the same type of content you as a user would expect on any other site that we pull up. So how they determine that is, again, about 200 different factors, but one of them are, if it was so good, people would be sharing that content. So each page on your site has the ability for people to share straight from the page. And there's about 185 different social bookmarking sites, as well as someone can email and say, hey, I want to go ahead and email this off and show my boss or whatnot. But you can use these: Tumblr, Delicious, Google Bookmarks, Pocket. Pocket's a follow link. They give you a follow on it. Anyway, you can use these to help boost your own page ranking, and I would be more than happy to discuss it with you one-on-one. I am not going to tell you to use all of these at all, because you're going to get yourself in trouble. There is a method to it, but even if you had one other site that was a social bookmarking site that was linking back to your website, it might be the deciding factor between you and another site coming up on the first page of a Google search. So definitely get with us if you're a client, so we can explain to you how these social bookmarking sites can be a really valuable tool for you. And remember, don't just copy and paste from someone else's website. All right? All right. This was a short and sweet one. Call me if you have any questions. Otherwise, continue on with your content.